name is Stony Eskew with True Metabolism Testing, and I'm going to talk a little bit about the metabolism testing, explain what it does, how it can benefit you. So basically what this is the machine, and when I meet with people, first test is a resting test. Super simple, super easy. All they do is just put this heart rate monitor strap on. We monitor their heart rate and we monitor their breathing. Breathing is monitored with this awesome mouthpiece that you will see Dr. Maneri have on in a little bit. And what we find out with this 12 to 20 minutes of just relaxing and breathing, you'll figure out what your resting metabolic rate is. So that number is especially important because you don't want to cut too many calories, especially if your goal is weight loss. So knowing how low not to go below is kind of the key, because you don't want to set yourself up for failure, get your body into that starvation state, and then gain it all back afterward. So the goal with this is to see where your metabolism's at, keep it sped up, and then keep that weight off, for good, basically. So that is the resting test. The exercise test is a little bit shorter, so it's about an 8 to 12 minute tops, gradually increased exercise test. That one is done with a mask and a bigger hose. So you'll see Dr. Maneri doing that as well a little bit later. And what that one will tell you is exactly what heart rate you're burning the most amount of body fat at. So there's no more, just hitting the cardio, doing, crazy intensity. This one will actually tell you exactly what intensity you burn the most amount of fat at. Because a lot of times I see people and they're just burning a ton of sugar at those higher heart rates, and they're exhausted, and then they're craving sugar all day long, and then they're not seeing those results. So with the testing, what it does is it takes the guesswork out of what you need to do. So what you need to eat, what intensity you need to work out at, and then you see those results, which is great. All right, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna figure out your resting metabolic rate.
Okay.
So all we're gonna do is measure your heart rate with a heart rate monitor.
Okay.
And then you're gonna be breathing in and out through this mouthpiece here. So all you have to do is hang out, relax in that chair. So
okay.
You may have a seat. The worst part of the test. Then you get your hand to Coke. So it'll take about a minute, 45 seconds to calibrate. And then that's it. So he just hangs out, relaxes 12 to 20 minutes, and it's going to figure out his resting metabolic rate. So how many calories is he burning at rest? And then as soon as the machine beeps, we'll go over the results and check out the good news. Yay, it's done. Alright, so you can take everything off. Nice test. It's going to be a little bit quicker, and it's going to be a little bit more comfortable, so that's good. So you're going to be wearing this mask versus the mouthpiece, but the same thing, we want you to breathe through your mouth, and then I'll be talking you through it. Minutes for the first minute and a half. Woo! And then down a beat. So it's going to be awkwardly slow right now. Perfect. So we just got done doing the metabolism tests with Dr. Maneri, and what we're going to figure out is where his resting metabolic rate is. So that number for you is 1,699 calories, so almost 1,700 calories. Just at rest, that's what your body's burning. So if you didn't eat anything, didn't drink anything other than water, just hung out in that chair all day long, that's how many calories your body's taking just to function. So based on your height, your weight, your age, your metabolism is about 4% above normal, which is great. We want to speed that up just a little bit more though. So we have on the right your different zones. We have a maintenance zone, weight loss zone, and then kind of do not go below number that I was talking about.
Okay.
So we just want to make sure that after exercise you're not dipping below that number, and if you are, just not doing it for too long.
Okay.
So some of the slowest metabolisms that I've seen is from people, crashing their calories down and then kicking their body into that starvation state. And the good news is your metabolism is dynamic, so you can slow it down, you can speed it up. So for Dr. Maneri, what I would say is let's do your resting, and then as you add in exercise, let's eat just a little bit more calories. That'll speed up your metabolism and get you to your goal.
Okay.
So on the second printout, we'll see a cool little snapshot of, that 12 to 20 minutes you were burning 1,699 calories, how much of it was coming from fat, and then how much was coming from your carbohydrate stores.
Okay.
So this is another cool little window for me to see, is this person really stressed? Are they in a starvation state? Is their body really hanging on to body fat? So you're at about 42% from body fat and 57% from carbohydrate. So you're just under the 50-50 mark, but as you do the key things that we'll talk about, you'll be able to get that calories coming from fat up to like 80, 90, 100%. It's pretty cool.
Wow.
So, the exercise printouts, what we'll see on this is exactly where he's burning the most amount of body fat.
Okay.
So that heart rate for you is 115 beats per minute.
Okay.
So you're burning 516 calories when your heart rate's 115 beats per minute. Half of those calories are coming from, body fat, and then half of those calories are coming from your sugar stores. So that's what's called your AET, your aerobic threshold. So you need oxygen present to burn body fat, and you also need carbohydrates. But as your heart rate gets higher and higher, you're able to use less and less fuel source coming from your body fat and more coming from sugar. So from 50% here, it starts going down to 40, 30, 20, 10, and then hits 0 at 142 beats per minute. So when you get to 142 beats per minute, you hit that anaerobic threshold. So no longer burning any more fat, it's all sugar after that point. You're burning 734 calories per hour, which sounds awesome because it's way more than, the 516, but it's all coming from sugar. So what we want to do is we want to work out in between these numbers and then start working that number if we can get it closer to the 142.
Okay.
So how we do that is basically by doing small interval training. That's the way your body adapts the quickest. And then what we can do is move that 115 closer to the 142, meaning your body is going to be able to take in and burn more body fat at higher heart rates, which is going to make it easier for you to maintain that lean physique because your body is then burning more fat at higher heart rates. And then you're also going to notice you're able to do things faster. You're able to go higher intense, and it doesn't feel as taxing on your body because you're also going to increase your VO2. So the VO2 is the amount of oxygen your heart can take in per heartbeat and then push it to your working muscles. That number, yours, is 34.2, the max that we went to during your test. It's in that category fitness level, and we can increase that by increasing your VO2. So your fitness level is directly related to that VO2. Does that all make sense?
Yes.
Fabulous. So what we're going to do is we're going to break down the 115 to 142 into mini zones. So we got 114 to 122, 122 to 132, 132 to 142, and then you hit that threshold. So those key numbers can be key to monitor your heart rate now. Because now that we know where you're most efficient, we want to be able to plug in and then do those workouts in the heart rate zones. And then that's where you'll see, it's crazy, just inches coming off. It's really cool. Alright, so we're going to talk about the workouts.
Okay.
So what you'll do is always start with a 5-minute warm-up, end with a 5-minute cool down. The more you do the workouts, the quicker, the better you'll see results.
Okay.
And since your goal is to speed up your metabolism, we're going to try to get in a number 6 or a number 7 workout on the next page in a week. So there's going to be a series of 7 different tests. Workouts.
Okay.
This is lunchtime. So there's going to be a series of 7 different workouts. So all you're going to do is 5-minute warm-up, and then you're going to do whatever you have to do. If you do, say, the treadmill, keep your speed and incline at a point where you can keep your heart rate in between 114 to 122, and then hold it there for 3 minutes. And then you're going to increase either your speed or your incline for 2 minutes, keep it up into 122 to 132, and then recover back down. So basically all you're doing is just kind of manipulating your heart rate with the incline or resistance for the speed. The second workout is you're going to just be in that moderate zone the whole entire time, so 122 to 132. Third one is gonna be low for 3 minutes, moderate for 2, and then high for 2, and then recover back down, low, moderate, high. And then the fourth one is gonna be moderate for 3, high for 2, moderate for 3, high for 2. Fifth one's gonna be high zone the whole time. That's not my favorite workout, just throwing that out there.
So you just start cranking, boom, full speed for whatever.
After your 5-minute warm up.
After your 5-minute warm up.
Yep.
Okay.
And you can like gradually get up there, but then once you get there, just try to stay there.
Okay.
The whole time. They're set for 30 minutes, but if you want to do them for 45 minutes for an hour, feel free.
Okay.
Think of these as like the more the better, because you can't really overtrain because you're training so specifically, and you're tapping in and burning, you know, a lot of body fat as your fuel source. And people have, you know, supplies of fat, you know, based on how much they want to lose. You know, you only have about 90 minutes of stored sugar, but the stored fat is, you know, I wouldn't say it's endless, but you can go for a ways. So think of the more the better.
Okay.
And then the 6 and the 7. So that's what I meant by trying to get in one of these per week. So what we're doing is we're reaching that peak zone above your anaerobic threshold. So this is great because for 2 reasons. We're going to increase your metabolism, we're going to increase the post-workout calories, and we're going to start improving that anaerobic threshold.
Okay.
So there's 2 ways to increase that, and one way is to go below it in that yellow zone and push it up,
Okay.
and then to go in the red zone and pull it up.
Mm.
So what we'll do, 5-minute warm-up, then low zone, moderate zone, high zone, peak zone, and then just for these workouts, try not to get your heart rate above that 157.
157, okay.
Because if we get too far above here, you know, it's going to be really hard for your body to get back in and utilize that body fat.
Okay.
And then on the 7th one, just moderate to peak, so a little bit more intense, less recovery on that one. And that's pretty much it.
That is pretty cool.
So what you would want to do is come back and retest. If you hit a plateau, say you're going along, you're seeing great results, and then you're just stuck, something just, it's not working. Chances are your metabolism's changed, your zones have changed. You could come get retested then. You could come retest at your goal.
Okay.
To see what your new numbers are. So we'll see, you know, what your new metabolism is, so you can figure out, you know, what you need to do to maintain that goal. Or if someone had a longer ways to go, I would say come back in about 3 months after you're following everything, and then because your metabolism will change and your workout zones will change.
Right. Okay.
So the cool thing about this, and what we do is try to figure out, you know, what the body needs, so that we're getting, you know, we're teaching your body to become this fat burning machine.
Right.
Which
Right.
is
Okay.
the coolest thing ever. So
Right.
that you know that you'll stay at your goal. We're teaching your body on the exercise one to be burning fat at higher heart rates, so therefore, again, you're just this fat utilizing machine. So it's
Awesome.
pretty cool.